Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Throwdown the Mountain presented by Sun King Disc. Terry Miller, the disc golf guy, alongside Trevor Harbolt. And Trevor, our first time teaming up for commentary, and it couldn't be at a better place other than Brooksville, Florida, the Canyon. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing well. How are you, man? I am enjoying Florida. A little chillier than what I'm used to in Florida, but I liking it.
Well, everybody enjoys the Grand Canyon gold layout, and that's what we're looking at. Pretty simple start on hole one.
Yeah, I mean, the shot's probably a sidearm, just to lay it up there and play it safe. You can elect to go a hyzer flip up the right side tunnel and get you a putt, but, you know, there's a little bit of trouble, but nothing these guys can't manage.
Yeah, uphill at 318, probably closer to 350 maybe?
Yeah, I would say so.
And first on the tee, your travel companion and good buddy, Tim Barham.
Throwing a Zeus here on a sidearm just to get up the hill, a little bit more speed on the disc. Looks like it came up just a tad short, but he'll have a putt.
That should work. And then, of course, Florida's own Charlie Goodpasture. I think I've filmed Charlie at this course more than anyone anywhere else. Of course, a staple in Florida disc golf.
Yeah, he really likes this place. I was talking to him the whole round, and he puts in a lot of work out here to try to take this one down every single year. It just tails off right on him. Luckily, there's an opening over there, and you have a little window to get up to the basket.
Of course, Charlie's sponsored by Castoplast. We'll try and get a few disc names thrown out from time to time. And here you are. What are you throwing?
Yeah, I ripped a pipeline, not the way I wanted to rip it. It came out of my hand too quick and just flipped over.
Any first hole nerves or jitters or excitement about then you throw it too hard? Or?
Yeah, definitely, especially when you're on the card filming us, you know. Like, there's always jitters when Terry's there. I can't think of how to say Cole's last name, but he throws an absolute beauty of a shot here.
Yeah, Wehrheim, we're going to go with that.
I like it.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Love you, Cole. And Cole, another Florida guy, of course, that I've met throughout the years coming down here and filming events.
Yeah, I had actually a lucky break, and I had a wide open window to save a par here, so I was very fortunate. Here's that window I was talking about.
Yeah, you weren't necessarily trying to make it. You were just trying to get it up near the basket.
Yeah, not hit any of this stuff and just make sure I get my three.
Charlie's also got a look. He's a little closer than you are.
You know, nerves could have got him on the first hole here. It's a tough putt coming out of the woods, but a three is good on this hole.
Yeah, it will work, and I always think, like, because of where it's perched, if that hits the side of the rim or the basket, it could get up and roll super easy.
Oh, yeah. That drop behind the basket is not fun, and Tim's looking right at it.
Just a bit short and left. What does Tim putt with?
He putts with challengers. I'm not sure. I think it's the pro challengers is what he putts with. He really likes those. Been putting with them for years. And I'm putting with a steady, the Pro Series Matt Bell steady.
Matt Bell did not pay for that endorsement,
Not at
folks,
all.
but
Not
we're
at
glad
all.
to put it in there. No.
And that was an amazing two by Cole.
It was. Not to overshadow that. Drop in two, no putting required to get your tournament started is always good.
Yeah, that's how everybody wants to start. Nice drop in.
So we see one birdie on the card, and we're going to move over to hole number two. Pulled in some previous drone previews to make them work for this year. 646 feet. What's the plan?
I think the first play is just to get out of the tunnel. If you get out of the tunnel, you're going to have a couple options on the second shot. You got this first option to get up there and have a pretty easy par save, or you can go around and actually attack the hole and get up on the hillside and have a birdie. But getting through the gap is number one.
This is a T-Bird 3 by Cole. He had thrown a Halo Wraith, which I know he's very fond of, on the first hole. And you just said it. You have to get out of the gap here. Otherwise, you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah. Getting out of the tunnel is number one. You can manage the hole from there, but getting... You know, they give you a couple options. You can go through the right side, or you can go straight. You know, the straighter way is the better way to go, I would say.
Yeah, you're going to bite off a lot more. If you go with the hyzer, it might be a little bit safer, but you're going to be out of position for the birdie probably.
Yeah, Tim threw a buzz there, and it just didn't sit up straight on him like he wanted to get out of the tunnel. But he'll have an easier shot from where he kicked. Charlie laces exactly how you want to throw this hole.
Yeah, that was beautiful shot. Is that a Stale?
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Well, yeah.
Hey,
Go with that one.
We'll pre-apologize for all the butchering of the Castoplast names when we try and announce them for Charlie. I'm just going to say that right now.
I felt like I threw the shot I wanted. There was a Flex SP Hurricane, and you'll see.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, I would not be complaining about that shot at all. And here's Cole with a forehand flexing back. And from where he was, could he have thrown a better shot?
No, I don't believe so. That was me clapping, I think, because it was from where I was, the perspective I had. It was an amazing shot, and he made it look so easy. And Tim's got the same shot, just a little slight further down the hill. This is a Zeus as he makes it up the first gap that you can go through. I think you'll have an easy par from there.
Yeah, if you're not in position to attack, and even if you are in position to attack here on hole 2, there's no guarantee of a birdie at all. I mean, you'll see the green gets a little bit hairy. You're pinched up on this right side, probably more to the right than you really thought you were. You were hoping for center fairway.
Yeah, I thought I was center fairway, and then I get up there and I'm pinched, and then I have this sidearm shot that just got smacked by that tree that said, "No, sir, you're not getting up on that green." And Charlie's in perfect position. He can tack either way and have an opportunity for a birdie here.
The hard turnover flat shot, and he's worried about going a little bit deep, and we'll see. It does just that. It goes just a bit deep.
Yeah, he was hoping for a little more finish out of that disc, and it just kept going. I'm just trying to get up through this gap and give myself an opportunity to save my par. I was pretty excited that I made it through that skinny gap.
Yeah, you were again pinched, and so you were, if you were 5 feet back, you would have had a really good look at punching through the gap. Instead, you had to, work a little bit harder for it. And speaking of working hard, here's Cole. This is after his second shot. Now he's just trying to find a little positioning to possibly pitch up. He has no good look at the basket in terms of making it, so just playing for the par.
Yeah, saving par out here is a big deal in my mind. If you can save par from these pinch points and these these rough woods, then you're doing some work. I love this line.
I was scared. I'm not joking. I'm actually going to kind of pan over because I'm like, wait, he's going to go straight up the middle. Okay, okay.
Yeah, he told me afterwards. He was like, I just was laying that up. I wasn't going for it. I was like, "What's the best layup you could do?" And it was beautiful.
Yeah, just the fact that he had to punch it so straight and then deal with a few of the single trees there.
Here's Charlie. He's trying to push it over top of the trees and drop in. And from where he was, that was a heck of a run. We were both like, me and Tim behind him were like, "What? What are you doing?" And
yeah. And just the fact that he hit the top of the basket was a lifesaver, because if he misses that and it goes over, it gets on edge, and that's going to roll 40 feet down a hill.
Yeah, exactly. The greens are treacherous out here.
And your look, not clean. Or you catch the low-hanging branch between you anyway.
Yeah, I went to the knee to try to see, and I felt like if I'd have done it, it would have hit the cage. So I felt like I had to go stand up and try to fight through the branches, and they just didn't let it happen. And then I'm still out, and then I crawl in the basket to save my 5.
I wanted you guys to be on your toes.
I just
Keeping them sharp, I like it.
Keeping them all sharp, yeah. What a great save by Cole.
Yeah, incredible, and definitely a bonus here if you're walking away with a 3, if you're walking away with a birdie. So that's why we're going to ultimately see 3 pars and the bogey that you had.
Yeah, it's I feel like it's one of those holes that you can 3, then you can 4, you can 5, you can 6, you can all the numbers can happen there. Yeah.
You throw off the cliff, and now dog leg left. This is one of my favorite ones out here. What do you think of hole 3?
Yeah, I like. It's the same kind of shot I feel out of as hole 2. You're just throwing something to get through the gap. Hyzer fade down to the left, and then have you a good shot to get up this hill. If you go too straight, you can get in trouble, and you have to get it through this first gap. And Cole does just that.
Yeah, you're just really throwing down to the bottom, hoping that you have good position to then go up the center gap, or the only gap, I should say, for your second shot. But it's all about putting yourself in position on this first shot, because if you're short left or you're long right, you're just going to have an awkward stance, and it's going to be tougher to get up and down.
Yeah, and here's an a test flight vulture out of Tim Barham, and this is absolutely laced.
Certainly one of the few holes that a catch can't. I mean, of course, it could be useful on a number of them, but this is one in particular. Just going to have to trust on him, following him for you as best as I can.
Yeah, it's got to be a heck of a job filming this course with one camera.
It is. Again, there's some holes are, no big deal, but...
Oh, what a rise from the wind just to push it over all them trees and put it exactly where he was hoping that disc would go. Nice shot.
Anytime you're flirting with that right side, you just bring a lot of danger into play, as we saw Charlie's do. You go a little bit lower. What is that?
It was a flex hurricane. I actually wanted to get it a little flatter to push up the hill a little more. I came up a little short left, but I'm kind of in a position that I like.
And here's where I was talking about the placement. If Cole were 10 feet to the right, it would make a world of difference to give him his options, but...
And that's a tough shot from the bottom of this hill to get up and then turn left and push straight. It's an awkward positioning. So placement is the best thing on this hole off the tee. You have to get your good placement.
Oh, you would. Ah.
I'm not sure what kind of dog he was imitating, but that was definitely a growl.
It's definitely a growl. And I like this position. I can stand still hyzer, but I just clipped the tree.
That's the one tree you have to be. And thankfully for you, you didn't go out of bounds. And I know someone had made a comment that's so common on this hole, is to hit that tree and kick right.
Yeah.
Because the OB is no more than 10 feet away.
All the way to the basket. And here's Tim in an absolute perfect spot.
Yeah, and he could do a standstill backhand as he's trying to listen to see if it's
chains.
Grabbing any metal. But he could do a standstill backhand or forehand from where he was at. And Charlie was really quick just to get up, and he actually threw that upside down to approach onto the spine there.
Yeah, this little green, it falls off behind it, and then it tails off a little bit. So if it kicks up and rolls away, you're going 30, 40 feet past the basket. So even Cole just laying up, which is smart. Take your four, move on if you're not in position.
Yeah, this comes in as averaging 0.34 above par, as you're looking at a long birdie.
Just wasn't on it right there. I didn't commit like I wanted to. And then I got this.
Yeah, you guys. Little tester coming back from 29 feet.
That one felt good. I like hitting the big putts on the comebackers. Your confidence goes up. Move on to the next hole without any stress. And Tim's absolutely parked for a birdie. He played it the absolute perfect way you want to play this hole.
Yeah, that is definitely textbook. Hey, Barham here.
We got some tap-ins for pars from Cole and Charlie. And then I think we're going to one of my favorite holes in disc golf.
Really? Now, I know you're new here, but I like the shorter pin. And in fact, because we've got the recycled drone preview, you're going to probably see this in a slightly shorter pin. But hole 4, what's the play?
I like to throw. My play is a fast driver as flippy crank or something to get down and skip up the hill to get a positioning for a birdie. But I think it's just play for the 3, no matter what. Like any 4, there's going to be 4. So if you get a 3, you're actually going to catch probably 0.5, 0.7 strokes on the field.
Yeah, and you saw the drone preview. Imagine that basket. Now push it back another 25, 30 feet.
Yeah, up the hill.
And I love it in the position it's in right now as Tim's goes off to the right. I love it in the position, that it used to be in. I just felt like there was a better chance at the birdie too.
It's definitely a tweener hole, but just the hole itself to me is just so pretty, and it's my type of shot with the hyzer flip.
Oh, for sure. I do love it. And as we're speaking, second hardest hole of the day.
Oh, wow.
So
makes sense. It makes sense.
Not too many birdies on it.
I think there was only one. Shout out to Bartos, who got this one in 2. And this is an absolute beautiful shot by Charlie. Nice kick forward. He's going to have an easy 3.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I bet you Charlie's got a good look, actually, at birdie from there. Little hyzer flip, not quite enough, but it came in. It got a really good ground play and just skipped straight for you.
Same thing that happened to Charlie. Just good ground play on it. And Cole is he's pulling out a forehand roller here. This is a good play.
This is incredible. He just needs it to stand up a little bit more.
Oh no! Oh no!
Simmer.
See, from my angle, I could not tell that went out of bounds. I thought he was safe. Unfortunate that disc didn't stand up like he wanted to.
Yeah, just a little more pop up to that, and I feel like he could have been hunting up that hill and up the basket.
And Tim finds himself in a little trouble here through this little cedar tree gap. I think he's throwing a Raptor here. Now this is a machete, actually. Just getting through the gap to try to get up and have a putt. And what you don't see on the camera right there is it hit a tree and rolled down the hill about 25 feet to this position. And, you know, this hole can do it to you.
Just trying to punch up the gap there, and at that point just trying to walk away with the bogey 4.
Yeah, I wanted to run this so hard. And you can from here. If you get down at this thing, you can run at this hole. Just yanked it out of my hand a little bit. Got a little 10-footer for a par.
I mean, so if it was in the slightly shorter pin that I like, you would have you would have been banging that all day. I'm just
hopefully,
saying.
Hopefully.
And Charlie pitches it up there. Again, I just feel like the shot has to be almost too perfect for you to be able to get the birdie here.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I love it in a slightly shorter position. And I'll quit harping on it until
I
next
think the
round now.
aggressive play is probably the forehand roller off of the tee. If Cole would have thrown that drive off the front, I mean, he'd been way down there, maybe got up the hill and had a look. But air shot, low ceiling, that's a hard hole to get.
It certainly is. And Cole, after going OB, he had the roller he threw was with a Firebird. He originally went Star Wraith off the tee. First blemish for Tim on the day. And again, second toughest hole on the entire course.
I think I know what the first one was.
So, as you said, walking away with a par is still almost like gaining a stroke on the rest of the field.
Yeah, I'm playing for the 3, never going for the 2 here. Even though I throw a driver, I'm still just trying to get as far down the fairway as I can to have an easier shot. I love the hole though. I really think it's a great hole. It could probably you could back it up maybe and make it a par 4. You
Sure.
could slighten it and make it a tad bit easier.
Exactly. Those are some of the possibilities there. Big shout out to Midi Disc Golf out of Wisconsin. Now, here we are. We actually skipped the short hole that you were used to playing for hole 5, and we come here, which is the old hole 6. And then we're tucking it off to the left like we've done the last couple of years. These hay bales aren't there, but the shot's the same.
Right. This hole is and it's actually the basket is a little to the left from this drone footage, but this hole is throw it as hard as you can, and hopefully it pans and gets through the trees and lands close to the basket and you have a putt.
Yeah, you're just really you're trusting a spot and throwing a blind hyzer to
Yeah.
it if you're a righty backhand.
The trees are the only issue you have. If the trees weren't there, everybody would park this, I think. But the trees are where you got to go low of them or high of them. I think I spiked mine a little too much now that I look at that shot.
Yeah, you certainly can't be short because you'll find yourself in a world of hurt. You'd rather be a little long and deep than short.
And this is a machete out of Tim. He's been throwing this shot really good in practice, so... And it's the same thing every time. He's so consistent.
Cole's got a Firebird here. A little bit too wide, maybe. I'd like to see that just a little bit tighter.
Mike came to the shot last.
And I'm out, and I got a longer putt here.
Were those? I was just going to ask if those branches were in your way, but it didn't really seem like they
branches
were.
weren't, and I really honestly thought I had that putt. It just did not pan out like I wanted to.
Should we roll it back? Should we watch it again? Maybe
No,
again?
let's not do that.
One of these times. And Cole is just a bit short.
I love this camera view. I feel like I'm in the jungle here in Throwdown.
Some beautiful sights and sounds out here, and there's the sound everybody loves to hear. Nice hit by Charlie.
That was a gorgeous dead center putt from Charlie. I think that was probably about 37, 38 feet away.
Puts him on the board at 1 under for picking up his first birdie of the round. Maybe 30 feet for Barham.
That's a couple already that he's just a little left or a little high. He'll get it fixed up. He's a putting machine.
You move over for your cleanup. And as you're lining this up, a little straddle coming back. Huge shout out. This entire course is temporary. So if you came out here in a month, it's not going to be here.
Right.
As you wrap up the par. But it won't be here. It's really only here for about a month out of the year, and that's all because of the staff and the crew at Sun King and Mike Barnett, Dwayne Reeder, my gracious host, him and his wife Susan. I just cannot say enough about how special this property is, and you hear the stories and people talk about it, but it's also hundreds of man hours by Mike's entire crew so that this event can get played, and it's one of the most favorite places people ever play once they have the opportunity to come here.
Yeah, it's already one round in a tournament, and I love this place. It's magical place.
It is great. So we head over to now hole 6 as I'm getting the new numbering system in my head straightened out. This is a legit par 4 with some work.
Yeah, I really like this hole. You know, if you get a little wily off the tee, you can mess up, but all it really takes is a smooth hyzer to get around the corner and then a nice straight shot or a nice flexed out Annie shot to get up to the green. One of the more beautiful holes on this course. You're throwing off this beautiful ledge. Yeah, just like that. Smooth hyzer.
And thankfully they have spotters down there. And
yeah, thanks to all the spotters, man. You have to have spotters on this course with that razor grass in the woods, or you're just never going to find your stuff. Like this one. If there was no spotters, I probably would have never found this disc.
Now you're pushing this one a little long, as in out, not necessarily too long left, but too long straight.
Yeah, you want to be tighter on the wood line so you can get a better upshot on. Because if you're too wide, you really are just pitching out to the fairway to save your 4. This is a nuke out of Tim.
Feel a little bit of that wind pickup.
Oh yeah, he gets it really high on a spike, and the wind's going to take it right to where he wants. Look good.
This is a Star Wraith. I think this is probably the same Halo Wraith actually that I think we saw in hole 1.
Routine. Those
Yeah.
are 3 good shots by Cole, Tim, and Charlie. I pushed mine too. I just threw mine too hard.
Would you say that the previous drive on 5 kind of plays like the same here on 6?
Yeah, in a way. I think you throw it a little bit harder than you would on 5.
Okay.
But yeah.
So that is off to the left. He's safe. There's no out of bounds over there. Here you are, I believe, just pitching out.
Yeah,
you had pushed too far straight, basically.
Yeah. I was way too far. I couldn't go through the woods. Just pitch out to the fairway. Interesting where Tim is. He is in that sawgrass, and I didn't think that it would flipped over. I thought he was going to hyzer into the green like that, and that's the one mistake that's hard on this hole. If you get a little to the right, you land in that razor grass, and man, that stuff will cut you up.
Cut a coal.
Cut a coal.
I don't think that's the right term, but we'll go with it. And Charlie just lacing this. Great shot by him.
Awesome
he had
ground
a
action.
great position off the tee, and then an even better position off of the approach.
Yeah, that was an amazing shot. 3 on this one's good. You're going to gain strokes on the field. Yeah, it just came out of my hand a little late. A little upsetting there.
Yeah, it looked like you pulled it over.
Yeah, I feel like I should have threw something different, but. And this is Tim. I did not
He's in
know
there,
where
folks.
he was. Yeah, he's way in there. We didn't even see him from when we were standing in the fairway, and
There we go. I finally have eyes on him, or a camera on him, and he's going to try and just pitch out. He's got some kind of lane, surprisingly, and all I'm doing is waiting to hear it, and then it goes rolling right past the pin.
It was insane. I think it hit on the top of the hill that he was throwing over almost into the trees, and it went down like a skateboard ramp, and then past the basket, and then set himself up for a par. Oh, what a great run.
I was frustrated.
Charlie talking about days of old when ripping off his his joggers to fight the sawgrass, and now you obviously obstructed, and you have to maintain balance. You're going to be inside the circle for this putt, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't see the basket. I'll tell you that. That branch is right there. The only thing I could see was the band. So I just, trusted in my abilities as a golfer and let it go, and I just had a little nose down.
Yeah, it was a really good run. Out of your hand, I thought you had it. Kind of sucks to work so hard then to just barely miss it, right?
1 inch, And what a great save by Tim there for par. His third shot was incredible.
That was the most sawgrass that I've seen in the entire week that I've been here so far.
Well, that means his practice rounds have been going pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Because if, like you said, that's the most he's seen, that's probably a good thing. And Charlie's going to get himself set up. There's a few prickly bushes behind there, or vines.
There's a lot of those here. A great 3 by Charlie.
Yeah, solid.
Takes himself down to the 2 under mark. It's a struggle on this course, I'll tell you. It's if things aren't going your way, man.
Stuff can add up quickly.
Yeah.
Shout out, Charlie, I think putts every hole with his Rico.
Oh, yeah.
So get that in there, and thanks to DGA for all the support. And so
Yeah,
here we
same.
are.
I appreciate DGA.
Of course, as you should. So here we are on hole 7, just a little over 100 meters here, but play slightly downhill, and this one can get sideways real quick.
Yeah, if you happen to throw your disc a little too hard and it gets a little flip out of it, it could go for a long ways down the hill there. Just take a mid-range and throw it on a little hyzer. Hopefully it flips up to flat, and you'll have a birdie putt every time.
I love the change. A few years ago, this used to play way down and to the right.
Oh, wow.
And I love where it is now. It's one of the few shots. You see the basket right in front of you. You just can go out and attack it. It's just a matter of what kind of ground play are you going to get there.
Here's an old school disc for you. Tim's throwing a Storm.
Wow. Okay. Storm kind of in the we'll say the Stratus neighborhood as well.
And he throws a beautiful shot straight down the gut. And it hit a root.
Yeah, it looks like it popped up a little and carried left, but if it would have slid for him, he would have been in great position.
Yeah, and that's the play is get it up there and slide forward. And sometimes you just hit a root and it stops you.
And that pops up and rolls a little bit for Cole. Cole, you make a better door than a window, pal.
Here I am throwing a first flight rift. I'm just trying to pop it up to flat and do the same thing that Tim did. The problem is I just threw it too low.
Yeah, you guys are in pretty similar positions.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a putt you can run from there. Charlie got a lucky break, send him right out into the middle of the fairway here.
Ooh, it pops up. Flirts, says hello to the basket, and then drops back down to the right. He's rolled no more than 12 feet or so.
Yeah, he said something about you loving to film this hole.
Yeah, there's just always drama or chaos or rollaways and skips. Like, I've seen a little bit of everything. I think we got a chain out on this hole for the ace one. So
Oh, my goodness.
A little bit of everything here.
Note, Terry's favorite hole in disc golf. It just comes out of his hand a little high and hyzer, and he was probably worried about that tree, so he's just trying to put it in there as best he could. And I'm running this. I want this one.
Of course you are. We got a little stepper action coming up.
And no roll away.
Oh, come on. Sit down.
I said, there's a roll away for you, Terry.
So now you're coming back uphill. It looks like, thankfully, you're at least have an alley, and you cash it.
Yeah, that's that's one thing I hold my pride self on is I run step putts a lot, and because if they're 20 feet away, I have a lot of confidence in that putt. So the comebackers are my favorites because I just move on after that.
NBD, as the kids used to say.
Yeah.
This averaged 2.92, so just barely under par, and it comes in as about the 7th or 8th easiest hole on the course. But
Yeah, I
pretty
think you
much
want
played
this
par.
one in 2,
Yeah.
but the 3, you're like, okay, it's fine.
My 3 didn't turn into a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Because that roll away could get really bad over there.
Cole's approach ultimately pushed over here where everyone else kind of filtered into.
And what is he putting with? The AVR maybe?
I will confirm as, well, now he's going to change it after
Yeah,
that.
right. Just
We're going to call him out. Cole's certainly a little bit off. I've filmed him enough to know that he is not having a normal day right now.
right. The thing is up through this point, he has been such a chill guy, though. He's not let anything rock him. I hold a high standard for people like that can just not let things rock you and just move on past it. So kudos to you, man.
For sure, and he's putting with a bullfrog as
Oh,
we
cool.
move over to hole 8. Not a common putter, but we move over to hole 8, 430 feet, and really just kind of bends from left to right.
Yeah, I like to keep it away from the left side. There's an OB that goes all the way up the left side towards the basket, and you just want to keep something flipping around that big cedar tree or pine tree maybe. Keep it up there and just hopefully set yourself up for a birdie putt. A 3's good on this one, but a 2's pretty awesome.
Yeah, throughout the years, I've always felt like if somebody's doing this, they definitely threw an excellent shot or made a good putt. Rarely do you see a park job, and it plays as the 4th hardest hole on the course.
This is Charlie throwing a falk, I think it's called.
I'll go with that.
And it just didn't get over, and it went in the tree, and it somehow shot out.
Come on.
Like it spit out. I don't know. Did you see that? It spit him out.
I feel like that was just like what happened on the previous hole. Like he's just... No, Charlie, we're not saying you're lucky, but we're saying you got a few lucky kicks here.
Here is a test
back.
flight vulture for Tim. But that was a true spit out, Charlie.
I like the turn on this.
Absolute buttered. Gets to push forward. He's going to have a 25-footer for birdie.
Wow, and you see, the flag just poking through there. That is a beautiful shot. I mean, it just requires so much finesse to put enough turn so you don't overturn it and so that you don't underturn it. I like your angle.
And that's the thing on this hole. You can have a beautiful-looking shot, and then all of a sudden you're shooting straight down from that tree. You think you're past it, but ultimately you're not.
Oh, yeah.
I sense a little sarcasm in his "oh yeah."
Yeah.
Asking for that to push left. It finishes up and on that right side.
Me and Cole are going through the same thing. Sometimes it's just not your day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you got to push through it as best as you can and get off the course so you can regroup.
And you're in a good position to still get up and down at least and walk away with the 3. Like I said, this plays is one of the tougher holes on the course, so a 3 is not terrible.
Cole throws a great shot through the trees and just puts it right by the basket.
So I know we just mentioned unique putters. That's what I need you to leave in the comments, guys. What is your favorite putter? Leave that in the comments. That'll make you eligible for a giveaway. I've been teaming up with Double G's Craft Jerky. We got some stuff going on with Castoplast. I think Discraft DJ. We're going to find some stuff to give away, so let us know in the comments. This is Barham for the elusive birdie.
Yeah, there wasn't very many birdies on this, so hopefully he cans this one. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
I bet that felt good after a couple of the missed putts he had. It was pretty dead center there. Felt good to get a birdie on that one. I'd love to have the birdie on that one.
You see the the exhale as he's super happy to take advantage of that drive. If you throw a drive that well, you definitely want to walk away with the birdie.
I know I just said that hole 4 was one of my favorite holes, but hole 8 is also one of my favorite holes. The signature holes out here, it seems like every other hole.
I was just going to say, yeah, pick that battle, why don't you? Hole number 9 on the spine. What are you doing here?
Throwing another one of my favorite holes in disc golf. I love tunnel shots, and I think the play is to throw a 6-speed fairway, 7-speed fairway straight that flips up and gets all the way to the green there and have a putt. We'll see what these guys do to manage this. You got a left side gap and a right side gap, so I think he's throwing his vulture again.
Yeah, this has certainly widened throughout the years. I did not like this at first, but as the years have worn on, the fairway has widened. I think it's at a good size now. Again, thanks to all the players and volunteers. But
Tim squeaks right by that tree.
that
could have been
dangerous.
Disaster. Yeah. He's going to push up. It's going to be a relatively easier 3 than normal.
We'll see what Charlie's route is. He's going to go up the right side as opposed to the flex, and that's also leaking off to the left, which depending on, the foliage you find over there, it's usually not too bad to approach from that left side.
I'd much rather approach from the left side than the right side for sure. This is an SP Squall. Just going to try to flip it up. Up to this point, that was my best drive of the day so far. So,
so all right,
feeling good.
Starting to get things going here. We still got plenty of work to do. This is a Leopard 3 by.
Just a little miscue there. He kind of ripped it out of his hand too quick. Late release, and it's going to be trouble from that side.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's struggling, and it's largely just a matter of finding your footing here. I mean, getting in a good position so you have a little bit of support on this hillside, and then it's almost like the line and the shot are secondary, and you see him just pitch out because that's about all he's got.
Yeah, it was really steep hill, and then he was in the side of a bush that had thorns and pricks on it, and it's just like yeah.
Cole's not loving it, and we don't blame you, buddy. A little approach. I think that might be a pig that he approaches.
Yeah, I think it was a pig. Yeah, I've seen a couple times he was throwing a pig. There's a blue one and a white one, I think. Yeah, and Tim's got an easier shot up here just to lay it up to the basket to try to get his 3.
Yeah, he's coming in from that left side. I went back there to check the line, and sure enough, he's got a open lane there at the pin. Charlie's just in front of him, but much closer, so he's got an easy pitch out.
Yeah. It's a good 3 to get. If you get the 2, it's a bonus. Speaking of.
Yeah, here you are looking at the birdie. You see not much action on the flag there on top of the basket, even though it's on the hill.
I was licking my chops at that one. I felt Terry Miller's here. He's filming me. I'm about to get this one. This is going to be good. And I just, like I said, I haven't been committing on my step putts today, and try to get it together here soon.
Oh, there's a solid putt just to save the bogey.
Yeah, that was a great putt.
Don't let me put any pressures on you here, Trevor. Let me tell you that.
No, there's no pressure usually. It's just,
No, you
sometimes
want it.
you want to make those, just for the camera.
Yeah, right when you're in there.
And then I babied it. I wasn't happy with this hole after, and that's what I put my head down for. He's like, you had an opportunity for a great 2, and then you just let it slide away. So.
Well, these guys are going to start to clean up, so I'm going to start to clean up the commentary. Thank you so much for joining us, Trevor. Hopefully we'll hear from you more throughout the weekend.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Terry. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and it's been great watching this front 9. Again, thanks to all the staff and the crew. Thanks to all the supporters and sponsors. We know that people like Mike Barnett, Sun King, pushing out a ton of product. Make sure you check them out. Sun King also always working with Ledgestone to give you guys great action from Discraft, our presenting sponsor here. So, again, for the front 9, this has been Trevor Harbolt and Terry Miller, the Disc Golf Guy. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all those YouTube things. And we'll see you guys for the back as we continue to bring you the Throw Down the Mountain number 9 from Brooksville, Florida. See you in the back.